know this is late. I know the event's taken out of the game probably by the time that this video is actually going to be coming out, but I am still going to post it anyway, and I apologize for all the trouble that I went through to make this video and it being delayed. I don't apologize for the trouble I went through because it was a pain in the ass, but I apologize for not getting it out earlier. It gave me so many problems throughout the process. This ended up being a live com. I explained all of that in the video, but to give you guys a brief background, I tried this 7 different times to try and make this video, and the event is getting removed from the game this evening, so I figured one last try. I'm gonna live comment, and then that didn't want to go into Vegas either, so I had to do this whole workaround. It's a long story, but anyway, we can move on now. I can do a Cell video and then maybe a couple of the other Dokkan events before they get taken out of the game, and then we'll be waiting for Super Saiyan 4. So anyway, enjoy the video. This is going to be the Fusion Zamasu event. This is my video for it. It's not really a Dokkan event guide. It is an event guide because I talk about how to beat it, but it's not really an event guide in the way that the other two were. So anyway, hope you enjoy, and here it is. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and we are here for a Dokkan event guide with the Fusion Zamasu event, Eternal God Distorter of Worlds. And I'm going to do this live com because I tried to record this and do it post com 3 different times, and it screwed it up every single time that I tried to do it when I put it into Vegas. So we're just going to do live com, and I'm going to have all of the stuff. I have to actually open it. I'm going to have points that I'm going to bring up throughout this that I wrote ahead of time, and we're going to use a different team. I said that last time, and then at the end we will Dokkan Awaken our Fusion Zamasu because I've been waiting to do that until I made this video. I have 2 dupes of Fusion Zamasu that I pulled off of that banner too. I pulled Fusion Zamasu 3 times on the Fusion Zamasu banner, and I pulled 2 Vegetos, and I pulled the Trunks. So this is the final thing that I have to really work on for that banner because it's going away soon. So I figured I might as well get it out of the way and move on because I pulled the Cell and I gotta work on the Cell. So yeah, this event, I haven't tried it with any team other than Mono Intelligence. That's the team that I have had the most success with against this event. So that's the team I'm going to be showing you guys today. I'll go over my Mono Intelligence team really quickly, but the thing that I really want to talk about is I don't have a sealer for this, and Fusion Zamasu's big thing is that he super attacks multiple times in a turn instead of just once. So if you guys didn't know, in any other Dokkan event, a boss cannot usually... I'm going to turn my fan off too. I didn't do that before the recording. A boss can't super attack you more than once per turn, but Fusion Zamasu can. So keep that in mind as you're going along. So I don't have Bardock, so I don't have the sealer for intelligence. If you do, absolutely run it. Run a sealer if you can. If not, then I'm going to show you guys in this video basically that it's possible to run a team without a tank and a sealer and still have relative success. I'm going to be using a tank and a card that's really good defensively in this video, so it might not be the best showcase, but I don't have the ability to run a team that doesn't have a tank or a sealer right now because the type leads that I have a tank or a sealer in that type because I have agility. I have physical, but I don't have the Broly Awaken because that event sucks. So I have agility and I don't have tech. I'm missing tech and strength. I don't have Mega Shenron or Gotenks. So anyway, so obviously my lead unit is going to be Buhan. Max super attack because you can farm it, obviously. Lowers attack and defense with his super, and he has another super as well. It doesn't show it on here, but you can get the Super Ghost Kamikaze Kamehameha, and it looks really good. And passive skill, gains attack and 3000 HP for every key sphere obtained. I'm going to be running 2 of these guys, and always going to be in my rotation because I'm going to keep in the first or second slot. My friend one might not be, both of these are probably going to be pretty basic. They're not going to have anything in here because it's really hard to find Buhan. I don't have many on my friends list, and they don't pop up in the guests very often, so I'm going to have to settle for whatever I can get. Second unit is going to be Janemba. Obviously a tank, guard activates against all attacks. Greatly lowers defense with this super, so that's also really good. Fear and Faith and Shocking Speed is the big one that's going to really help out Buhan because that's his link skill. LR Piccolo I'm going to be running. I have some stuff into the dupe system with him, not a whole lot though. I was really working on Buhan, and then I ran short on Intelligence Orbs, then I had too many, and then obviously as you can see I have 3 units that I've put through dupe system relatively. Super Tag level 4, level 5 Evasion, that's the default skill for, like, you can get up to level 5. It's a default skill for intelligence type, so you can get up to level 5. Has Shocking Speed as well. I'm going to try to keep Buhan and a Buhan with Janemba and a Buhan with a Piccolo at all times. But obviously, if I have a ton of purple orbs, I'm gonna give it to the Trunks. So we'll talk about him for a second. Not the greatest card right now. Greatly lowers defense, but I only have super attack 2. I used the Frieza Celebration Elder Kai that they gave out to up his attack because I pulled him the day that that started. And then I pulled Kuchita like 2 days later. Probably would have used him instead. But changes to intelligence key spheres from strength key spheres and attack plus 15% per key sphere obtained. So he's actually a little bit better of a nuker than Buhan, but he needs intelligence orbs for it to work. So rainbow orbs won't work. Other colors won't work. So I still prefer Buhan a little bit more from that perspective. He has prepare for battle too, which I really don't like because that's not a good link skill for intelligence types. The shocking speed is the meta link for intelligence types. And then the last 2 cards are my big support cards. Android 18 changes rainbow key to intelligence type key, so it doesn't conflict with the Trunks. I don't have 2 key changers that are the exact same. This one changes strength and this one changes, or the Trunks changes strength orbs and Android 18 changes rainbow orbs. And then I got Pandel because attack plus 30% for all allies. So, and not really any other links. I never really even paid attention to this card. I just kind of threw it on this team for support. But I'm going to go look for Buhan. If I find one right away, then I'm not going to cut out. But there's going to be probably quite a bit of time where I'm waiting to find one because I usually have to refresh it like 3 times. I was just on this. Why did it change to the cell event? So let me look for one really quick. And if one doesn't pop up, then I will cut out. I don't see one yet. That's a lot of Trunks on my friends. Alright, I'll cut out then, and I'll come back when I have Buhan. Alright, so I just went into the event, and I got a really bad draw first turn. Didn't get a tank, and I ended up dying, so that was cool. So we're going to be using this Buhan, because I had to look again, and this... So the first time I did this, it took me like 5 minutes to find a Buhan, and it wasn't very good. This one's not very good either. It's only got this in the dupe system, but it's a little bit better than the one I had before, so... wait, whoa. Whoa, I didn't even realize this one had level 15 crits. I didn't even look at this. I just looked at the bonuses. That's usually how you indicate it, but... Huh. He must have opened the paths and not done the rest of the upgrades. So I'm going to take this Buhan out, because it's actually really good. So, I was saying... there were a couple things that I was trying to say before I died. The first time I was running through this event. It was really bad. Which is this first phase is a physical stage, so it's going to take a really long time, so I'm not really going to bring up anything that's super important to keep in mind during the fight that doesn't pertain to the physical phase, because I might end up speeding it up when I go through the editing, depending on how long this video ends up being, because I think I already went through like 7 or 8 minutes worth of banter at the beginning. That's maybe not that much. I was looking for Buhan for a really long time, but alright, well now it gave me 2 tanks in the first turn this time around, so I have no idea what's going on. This is just weird. I got a bad draw. It happens. It'll happen from time to time where you just spawn into these events and it gives you terrible, terrible cards in the first turn, so you'll have to eat it and maybe not die. It might not always be that, but yeah, see, first turn super attacking again. This sucks. So this will be, it was about 112 last time, it was only 97,000 this time. So this is my Buhan actually that's up right now. So that's cool. Oh, the thing I was really talking about, the other thing I was talking about was originally before I pulled this Trunks, the first 2 or 3 versions of this video, or the first 2 or 3 times I captured footage for this video, I was using Intelligence Vegito, who was also a nuker, and I was saying with that card was, it's an okay hitter, but, ooh, this is bad. It's an okay card in terms of hitting, but, well, actually, this might work out. Hold on. I'm going to try to get as many here for HP recovery as I can, and then you can have that, because you'll still, yeah, pretty good attack. The thing I was saying with Intelligence Vegito was he wasn't the hardest hitter, and my intelligence team was much weaker when I had that unit on here. Come on, why are you super attacking me again? This is kind of stupid, actually. Because now I'm almost dead. Actually, I'm gonna die again. That's pretty sweet. Oh, I might not. We'll see if I can make it through here. Let's see. No, that's not what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is... oh, okay, I live with 9,000. I thought I was going to have to start this video again, and I was going to get, like, really heated. We're going to use a Sentry, though, because I only have 25,000 HP. So if I end up speeding this up, I'm actually going to speed this up. From this point on, it's going to be sped up. So I'm going to shut up, and I'm just going to let it roll. So sit here, watch this, and I'll talk about it afterwards. Well, I guess it helps when your friend Buhan has critical hits. So maybe look for that. I said before, or I might have said before, I said it the first time I ran through this, it's not as important to look for things in the dupe system with Buhan as it is for other team leads, so actually probably I really didn't even need to speed that up, but I'm going to anyway. So 730,000 critical. More importantly, it has up damage on itself. Intelligence Vegito is hitting for around 200k, but this Trunks is a little bit better, so I'm still going to be going with that. And this actually lined up pretty perfectly, because what I can do now is I can tank those first 2 hits, and then I can get all these intelligence orbs with Buhan. So basically, what I'm trying to show you guys with this team, using this team without a sealer against an event like this, is that if you have a good team and a team that you can rely on and can feed a certain card or two or three cards, maybe not all your cards, but certain ones, if it can just help them get super attacks and do damage and tank and all those things, then you can still survive through these Dokkan events. Because like right now, I don't have the Bardock, I don't have the sealer, but I have the tank. So I have a tank, I don't have a sealer. And see, perfect. This actually lined up pretty perfectly. Cause I'm gonna heal, I think. So yeah, I think I'll heal. But once you get through that first phase, if you're using an intelligence team, this is pretty much a cakewalk, honestly. It's really kind of simple because tech event and you're using an intelligence team. So you're not gonna take a whole lot of damage from that first Zamasu. It's just the way my cards lined up, it didn't really work out. I wasn't getting like a defense boost, and I'm actually getting a super attack with Pandel, so it's kind of a surprise. So probably after this, Piccolo super is going to be the first super of the turn, and then maybe Pandel will get super too. But the nice thing about this phase though is that it's tech. So see, it only did 25,000 or 21,000 to Piccolo. It's probably going to do about 30,000 to Pandel. Not really getting luck with it. Well, I was getting luck with the Kamikaze attack before, so I guess I'm not going to be now. This is actually up to this point, it's been less so of a guide, but I'm just trying to cover things that I might have overlooked a little bit before. This is kind of crappy, actually. Well, here's what I'll do. I'm not going to get a super boost. Yeah, we can do that, actually. That'll work out perfect. Really not perfect, but it worked out well enough. We can still get a super with Trunks. But this is a little bit less so of an event guide, but I want to know what you guys think of this live commentary format a little bit more. It's a little bit less it's a little bit less cut and dry. It's a lot more freeform, but it also, I'm trying to get this footage. Trying to get this information across to you guys in a little bit more of an organic way. It's a little bit less scripted than I was doing it before, but you know, now we're on to the final phase of the fight. So like last video I was doing like health bars and stuff like that. If you guys don't like this, probably won't do it again, but you know, it was just something to try. I was having so many problems with the footage that it wasn't worth the effort that I was putting into it, especially since all this crap's about to go away. We got a really bad turn. All this stuff's about to get taken out of the game anyway, because I think it's like actually the 12th it's getting removed, and it's the 10th right now. So you know, I just wanted to get this out so I had one for all the events since I've started doing Dokkan content, because if you guys didn't know, I used to do a sports channel, and I was doing stuff on this channel for a while too. Some of it actually might still be public, I'm not entirely sure. Well, I was doing like a Xenoverse playthrough, and I want to get back to that eventually. I just don't have the time right now. I wanted to do Dokkan content because I really enjoy this game, and we'll actually get to perfect. We'll get to tank and recover HP, and this will work out better for us anyway. And then we'll get Pandel, this blue orb over here. But I want to make it a little bit different than like the videos that are just live comm. I'm running through the event and I'm going to tell you how it's going. But as this has gone on, I've really noticed that there's actually not a whole lot to go through with this video. Because if you don't have a sealer, you pretty much need to run an intelligence team. And if you do have a sealer, then you can run any team you want, because if you can seal, this event's really easy. Zamasu doesn't do a whole lot of damage unless you're running an agility team. That would be the only thing I would say with this event, is just don't run an agility team and you'll be perfectly fine. This also kind of sucks. This is, well, I'll run, here's what I'll do. Let me pick little first. And then, yeah, Trunks isn't going to get any intelligence orbs, but whatever. Oh, we actually are going to get to see the Ultra Super with Piccolo too. So, yeah. Intelligence is probably my third best team at this point. I would say my Heroes team is definitely my best, and my Agility team is second best. I don't have Broly Awakened, but my physical team's not the greatest anyway, so it probably wouldn't be that great. Like, that was a weak critical. 396k. Well, you don't have... Well, actually, he does have Fierce Battle, too, because he's linked up with Trunks, but this Trunks is actually kind of disappointing me right now. I thought he'd be doing a lot more with the constantly lowered... Because defense is constantly lowered, or sometimes even lowered greatly, so I'm surprised he's not doing anything. Oh, this is bad again. I'm not going to get a super with Buhan once again. We're only going to get 3 key right there. I'm going to get a Dokkan attack with Janemba, really. I mean, I'm not paying enough attention. So this is kind of a weak run, but I just wanted to get an event video off of this, because I really want to work on the Cell event video, because that one's just going to be easy. It's just going to be me telling you, hey, use these teams. They're really easy, because this event's really easy. Just don't use Mono Physical. Because I don't know if you guys have, how much have you guys played the Cell event yet? That's really easy. So anyway, and this is kind of a breeze. If you can get past the first stage with a Mono Intelligence team, then it's really easy. If not, then just keep going. It's gonna happen eventually. You're really, like, the best advice that you can really take into a Dokkan event is just take your best team and hope the best works out, and just try, if you're gonna use your best team, like, make sure, like, if you're facing a tech event, like this event has 2 tech stages, don't take an agility team. Like, you could probably get away with it in most events for the most part, but I didn't know how much, I don't know how much damage I took that turn. Alright, so let's do HP recovery first and see where we're at. We're at 70k. Well, you're not gonna get a super anyway, so I don't care really that much. Yeah, we'll sit at 70k and see how it works out for us. Because we might, if we can get a Super Ghost Kamikaze Kamehameha. Oh, we did. If we can get one, we might be able to wipe this guy out. Wow, he's not doing much. This other Buhan is not the greatest, but Piccolo's gonna hopefully tank this. Take like 20k. I hope so. Well, 31k. Oh, 20k must have been last round. So we might have to heal. I'm not entirely certain. Oh, no. Well, let's live dangerously. Let's do Jumbo first. We'll give him this. And then, well, actually, we're at 50k after that anyway, so that's not the biggest deal. And this wasn't a great Trunks showcase. It was not a great day for Trunks. We didn't have many intelligence orbs for him, but we got to hold priorities. Perfect. This worked out very good. We got to hold priorities because the Trunks isn't the greatest yet, and the Buhan has max super attack, so obviously I'm going to want to go for super attacks with him more anyway. And I actually think Janemba might kill Zamasu. Alright, that worked out perfect. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think of this format, how it compared to the other. I like the other format a little bit more, but it does take a lot more time to get videos done. So I'm kind of leaning towards doing this a little bit more once in a while if, say, the event's more simple. Like, I think this event's really easy. The Trunks event was pretty easy too, but this event's like incredibly easy if you can avoid taking too much damage from supers. Basically, if you can take a God Lead and seal or hold off attacks, then you should be fine. If not, then it's going to be the same case with most of these Dokkan events. If you don't have certain types of cards, you're not going to be able to beat them. If you don't have God Leads, you can't beat events for the most part, I would say. Like if you don't have a Rose or a Buhan, or if you don't have the God Lead, you're not going to be able to beat it. If you don't have a Sealer or a Tank, you're probably not going to be able to beat most events if you don't have a God Lead. So it's what it really comes down to is just the types of cards you have and how long you've been playing the game and things like that. Because if you're free to play and you're like level 50, you're not going to be able to beat a lot of these Dokkan events. I couldn't beat a lot of these Dokkan events until I was like level 150 and I had pretty solid cards. So like I said, the best advice that you can really take into these Dokkan events is just take your best team, or take the team that you think is you're most equipped to beat it with. Where is Fusion Dust? There it is. So, and we're gonna have 7 medals left over. I must have did the math wrong on that. So, I like this card art a lot more for the default. I actually one of the like 10 people who really likes this art, but I definitely think that the old art was a lot better. I love that picture of Zamasu. So, anyway, let's Dokkan Awaken this bad boy and say goodbye to the exactly 9,000 attack. And then we're going to have to train him up, and then we can run mono villains. So that actually might be what I show you guys. Not the next video, which will be Cell, but... Well, actually, I don't know. I could do a Dokkan event guide for one of the other returning Dokkan events in this game, too. Maybe I'll end up doing that. Who knows? But Anyway, that is going to do it for this. This was a Dokkan event guide for the Fusion Zamasu event. It ended up being a little pretty short, actually. Well, that crit really helped out, too, though. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle content. Put out a summoning video yesterday, I believe. It might have been earlier today. I don't know when I'm uploading this exactly. So, that was out. Good polls there. Go check that out. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one. Obviously, let me know what you think of the live comp format. And the next Dokkan event guide will be for the new stage of the Cell event. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.